Hello everybody and welcome to my first vlog, I guess. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience as a trans woman so far, and I'm also going to go over the medicines that I'm on, and I'm going to show you my injection today, which is going to be exciting. And for anybody who is thinking about transitioning, just to get like a better understanding of it, and like what your body's gonna go through, and just like my experience. So the first thing is that I take Spironolactone, 100 milligrams twice a day. This is what they look like. They taste minty, but if you get them like stuck on your tongue, they'll make you gag. And my understanding of it is that it blocks the androgen in the testicles from becoming testosterone in the body. It also lowers the blood pressure, and it also like holds on to, makes your body hold on to potassium more. But this helps the because testosterone makes you burn the fat so quickly, and this helps to, it also slows the hair growth of the body and the face and all that. Next is I take Estradiol Valuate injections. My dose is 10 milligrams every 2 weeks, which is like a specific mark on the syringe. You're supposed to warm it up so there isn't any like crystals or anything in it. It's looking good. So I have my first needle. I have, well, my needle and my syringe. My second needle, I have a Band-Aid, and I have sterile alcohol swabs. I'm going to take off my shoes. So some frequent questions that I get asked are, so we find the muscle and we sterilize it. Is like, when did I know? Like, there's just been a bunch of questions that like I feel like everybody asks. But I knew ever since I was little I always wanted to be a girl. I hung out with the girls. I even like would say I'm one of the girls. I always was like identified with women. I identified with female characters. When I was little, I used to like braid yarn and like tape it to the back of a baseball cap to make it look like I had like a long braid. And I loved Xena and Lara Croft and Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Sailor Moon and just like Hannah Montana. I just, Disney movies, like Disney princesses, like I always knew. But going through that specifically, when you're not around people that understand, you're met with certain reactions, and this causes you to kind of plummet and hide yourself, which I did for a very long time, and I got like really mean because I wasn't living authentically, and like it was just, I was trying to protect myself. But yeah, so about a year ago, I started hormones for the second time. I was on hormones like a year before that, for like 4 months, but like I really didn't feel supported in anything, and it just didn't feel like the right time. But the second time around, I've been on it for a year now. I'm the happiest that I've ever been. The most authentic that I've ever been or felt or anything like that. So I'm opening my first needle. It is sterile. Looks like this. So what we will do is take the cap off. We will draw up the dose, which is right there at 1/2 milliliter. So that's how much I will be taking. So we go directly into the needle into the, and then we push all the air out. And now we flip it upside down, and this medicine is very thick. So when I pull it back, I almost have to like keep the tension on it and let it come through slowly with some air. It's like kind of hard for you to see, but it's a very thick medicine. So you just let a certain amount come in. I always go past the dose, and then they tell us to flick the needle to get any bubbles to go up. Which I see a bubble right there. There it goes. There's another one. Alright, that bubble doesn't want to go, so I'm going to keep going and then draw back again. I really did not want that in my body. So being on hormones, the first month that you're on hormones, you're an absolute maniac, because the blockers is starting to suppress your testosterone, which then of course makes your nuts want to make more of it, and you go crazy. You go cuckoo. Very agitated, and then it like tapers off. This bubble is pissing me off. Get out. And so this is the longest I've ever had to do this. It's probably because I'm on camera. But, dealing with people really hasn't been bad, just because I am a strong person. I've always been very outspoken. Dating has been pretty hard. That just came out, so I gotta put that back in. Dating has been pretty difficult just because of like chasers and coming to terms with my self-worth, and that like I really don't need to be with anybody to be happy. I'm happy as myself, by myself, for myself, and not for anybody else. And I think that that's really important, especially for young trans girls to know and have in their heart, because this journey has to be for yourself and not anybody else. Because if you make this journey for anybody else, it's not going to be what you want. Alright, so I finally have gotten it out. We are at the right dose. So I take this needle off. I will put that in my my sharps container. Sorry. All right. Also, being trans has really shown me a lot about myself. It's shown me a lot about other people. It's shown me the duality to life, because like living as a boy and as a girl is completely different. And like it teaches you like a lesson in authenticity too, because like I was good looking as a boy. I look at pictures as myself as a boy and I'm like, he's so cute, I want to sit on his face. But I still wasn't happy. It's the beauty aspect of it had nothing to do with my happiness. I was still depressed. I was still reactive and felt like I couldn't be myself. See if I can get you a little closer so I can show you my injection. Sorry. This is not a good spot. Let's try this. Yeah. How am I gonna do this? Let's move this forward. There we go. That should be good. Alright, so let's clean this spot. I have more alcohol pads. I've also found that my experience as a trans person has really highlighted how everything is a reflection of ourselves. Everything that we see is a reflection of ourselves and a reflection of our perception, which is really important. It's really important to realize that. Because then you can start to have more compassion for yourself and others at the same time. So yeah, just going to let this dry and then I will inject. I always get a little nervous right before. Looks good. Alright, bitch. Let go. That's on there. Okay. Alright, so they tell you to pull down, inject, push the lever, and then take out and release at the same time. Okay. Take out and release. Oh, yowza. Sweating. Whew. See a little bit of blood. Just a little bit. Alright. So there is my hormone injection for the next 2 weeks. I found that injecting, 30 to 40, I always get this weird feeling in the back of my leg after I inject too. And I also get like these chills up the back of my neck and into my spine and stuff. Well, like, I don't know. It's weird. But I always feel like I have more energy after. If I haven't cried in a while, I'll bawl my eyes out the night of or the day after I give myself an injection. But it's always a very cathartic cry. So yeah, if there's any more questions, if anybody has questions or anything, please comment. I'm going to make more vlogs like this. This is my first one, and as people ask more questions and want to know more things, I'll make more and I'll talk about it. I'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. So Thanks for watching my video and watching me stab myself. It's been a fun time. So, bye.